Yeah, it should be with Shedeur Sanders starting next week against the Jets. In 2 weeks, I should say. As long as his back's not locked up. It's up to you guys. You guys don't want to start him, fine. You got to give me a damn good reason, because this is what we saw yesterday was outrageous. It was outrageous. It was an embarrassment to football. It was an embarrassment to you as a Browns fan. I took personal offense to it as a Browns fan. I think you should take personal offense to it as a Browns fan, because if you think about this, you sat through some crap performances over the last 26 years. You've sat through some real garbage, and that was as depressing and angry as I've been in quite some time, because I saw a defense that was really trying to play their ass off. Drake May came in as the hottest quarterback going in the NFL right now, and they did everything they could to bring him to justice, and there were a couple of times I thought it could be a long day early, and they locked that right up, and then they still made it a long day because your offense was just that bad. So you have a two-time coach of the year running the offense, or Tommy Rees running the offense. I don't give a damn whoever it is, but if you got the two-time coach of the year running it, you better find a way that you could get a happy medium of offense with Shedeur Sanders, because I am sick and tired of hearing about the intelligence and all the other things of the quarterback out there who just decided to take himself a safety right there in the end zone without even trying to look down the field. When you have such a handcuffed offense that it's almost indescribable to look back on this years from now. I can't imagine it could be any worse. And even if it is any worse, at least I'll know. At least I'll know, and I'll have some curiosity satisfied here. And then I know I can really look forward to Mendoza or Simpson or Sellers or Dante Moore or whoever else you want to bring into the mix. At least I'll know. I can't continue to sit here and just accept all the other reasons that are given. Because I got a career backup playing, and he did what career backups do. Got figured out in 3 games. Really, it was 2. And then these last couple of games have just been, I mean, he didn't do anything to beat what did he really do to beat the Dolphins? Do we know? What did he really do? So your defense is 1-3 the last few games. It was all defense. And he got certainly figured out against us. So he's gotten figured out since the Vikings game. Is what that is. Okay, go right on ahead before we get to the calls.
They can't run the football, and if they can't run the football, then Dylan, I mean, most quarterbacks, it's hard when you can't run the football.
Now, do you think that's a scheme or a personnel thing?
For the Browns right now, they didn't look good. Think about it. They didn't look good against Miami running the football, with the exception of a couple special runs from Judkins.
Okay.
Like that's supposed to be a team you should run the ball easily against. They couldn't do it there either.
So are you saying maybe it's a personnel issue? Because that's still on Andrew.
Yeah, and I know Schlereth was kind of saying Judkins need, like, it was the first time I've heard anybody kind of be critical of Judkins. He was doing it without like, he was doing it in the nicest way possible. Like, he didn't say that Judkins is some big problem, which I don't think any of us believe, but the way that Schlereth kept talking about it is he's a little too patient. Like, he's waiting as opposed to, for a big run, as opposed to trying to get, 4 yards here, 4 yards here, 4 yards here. Yesterday, I mean, it was 9 runs, 19 yards, and it felt like he was getting contacted behind the line of scrimmage every time. So I don't know how anybody could think that that's a Judkins problem. Mm-hmm. Now, offensive line I thought was good in pass protection, but I didn't see a lot of holes yesterday. So you're asking me, what is it, scheme or is it the players? I just think they nothing. They almost need to figure out a way to get just so much more creative. Like, teams that go up against us, they're all getting a little more. They're doing the jet sweeps. They're trying to figure out other ways. I mean, McDaniels was pulling out all the stops in that second half. Like, those were the adjustments, and then it basically nullified anything our defense could do at that point. By the way, our secondary was not good yesterday. I know we're not talking a lot about our defense. The secondary, that was a poor secondary performance yesterday. Even Denzel, we couldn't cover. We couldn't cover at all. And that was with us getting to the quarterback. So that was weird. I don't know what happened yesterday. Did you think that at all?
I did not.
Feels like we weren't covering anybody.
I did not notice that as much as you did.
Really?
No.
I thought it was one of Denzel's worst games in a while.
It might have been. Well, you had the one situation where it was, I mean, that's a old style route that was run, the go and then the hitch inside that ended up leading to the field goal right before the end of the first half. That was annoying. because, there should have been some things that are known. Yeah, you know what? Going back on it, I was just so hot about the offense. Sure. I think you're right. Because,
rightfully so.
Some of the inverted cover 2 stuff that got exposed yesterday. I think they had Josh McDaniels reaching in to find some things, but he was eventually able to find it. Because, again, when you're on the field so much, you're gassed. But I got to tell you, this is why you got to watch the games more than once. Sad to say in this case. Why you got to watch the games more than once? Because, again, I was just brooding over the offense after a while that it was hard for me to pay attention to anything else, I have to admit. Let me get to the phones here. Alvis in Cleveland. Hello, Alvis.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
We're doing well, Alvis, or at least as good as we can. Go ahead.
Okay, now check this out. Now, remember, I was just on here Friday. Remember what you asked. You said, will Dylan Gabriel's play change how we feel, right? Okay, now here we go. I already said it last Friday. He cannot see down the field. He can't see down the field. Yeah, the offensive line, they did good, giving him time, but he cannot see down the field. He can't see down the field. The offense is stagnant. It is stagnant. The whole NFL, I said this Friday, the whole NFL knows our playbook. Kevin Stefanski needs to give the play calling up. And guess what? He's not going to go to Shador. He's still going to stick with Dylan Gabriel for the simple fact this is Kevin Stefanski's guy. Pure point blank.
So now wait a minute. I thought I don't know if he even has the horses to do it. Like, listen, I'm not defending Stefanski. I don't want to turn this into a defense of Kevin Stefanski right now with you, Alvis. I thought he did try some tricks. The tricks ended up, the screen flea flicker was a sight to behold. Gage Larvidan having to take off, that was another thing that it's going to be hard for me to forget. I know that he did try some things, but the offense is stagnant. But at the same time, I still don't know how many guys that. I mean, you just have you have an inept situation under center or in the gun. I mean, there's no other way to say it. There's no other way to say it. That's why I want to see the other guy so bad.
No. Yeah, I want to see him too, but listen, what I'm saying is this, though. Listen, they can't run the ball because they can't throw down the field. If they'll stack the box up because they know they got a power running back in Judkins. So they're going to stack the box up, going to make Dylan beat them with his arm. He cannot beat nobody with the arm. Nope. That's why our running attack is nothing. Yep. If we can open up the running, open up the passing attack, that will set up for the play action and the run game. But
you just said it. You just said it. But you just said it. You just said it right. And Alvis, thank you very much for the call, because I said the same thing to you last week when I said he's got to play well for them to be able to beat New England. So you're going to find out a lot here. And you got to find a quarterback that is respected by defenses. He was not respected yesterday. They got him figured out, and that was it. And that was after the first drive. Here's Mike Vrabel about those gimmick plays, by the way.
Taking advantage of the turnovers is huge. We got to take care of the ball better and continue to find opportunities. They hadn't turned it over. And then when their gimmick plays ran out, I thought we played pretty good defense.
Because he knows you ain't got nothing else. He knows it.
And then you can't convince me otherwise that Josh McDaniels didn't throw in their double pass after he saw ours get botched. Like that they had to be like, well, now I got to run it. I got to run it.
Probably. Oh, God. Sean in Cleveland, hello.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi, Sean.
Hey, I agree with Al.
Sean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sean. You have a bad connection. Try to get in later. 216-474-0092. Kevin on the free Odyssey app. Hello, Kevin.
Hello.
Hi, Kevin.
Guys a couple weeks ago said Stefanski's going to win the Super Bowl next year if we fired him in another city. So let's go ahead and find that one out. This is stale. If he were so good, other teams wouldn't be able to outcoach him almost every week. They lucked out that Tua had probably a career-worst game last week. That's why they won that. Is it Dylan? Is it Shador? Who cares? They're not going to win with either one of them. This team needs to be taken down to the studs. Fire Andrew, fire Kevin. You need a new offensive line. You need a quarterback. You need wide receivers. It's great that Myles had 5 sacks yesterday. We learned that means absolutely nothing in the NFL. Myles throwing his helmet and having a hissy fit, that's great for TV, and he can be as mad as he wants. But his best for us was what we could get for him. We might win We're not going to win with the Joe Thomas, Myles Garrett. We have the best.
Well, you're not. You can't trade him now. You can't trade him now. So it's over.
No,
now.
you can't. Yeah, he was. So don't throw the helmet. Don't get mad because you gave that up.
Oh no,
and we're so dumb. We gave that up.
Well, no, Kevin. Thank you for the call. No, this is the most I've ever.
I don't get that at all.
This is the most I've ever empathized with Myles Garrett ever.
So
easily.
I don't understand why he's not allowed to be mad about their situation.
I totally disagree with Kevin. He should be mad about the situation. I'm mad about the situation. Guys, he is here now forever unless, well, there is one diabolical trade, but I don't think that'll make you any happier, and I'm waiting for somebody to get too stupid on coming in hot to throw that at everybody. It's the same thing. We're all in the same boat now. You, me, him, all of us. There's no recourse for him. He could retire after this year, good God, but there's no recourse for him. This is it. So he knows it, and you're out there seeing all this go down. And I was mad yesterday. If you were still watching the game, you would have been mad yesterday. Go ahead, Tone. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have nothing to add there. It's just, I guess to me, like, of all the things to be mad about Myles, like, clearly we all agree he was dominant yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And he had a career high, set a franchise record, of course, in a blowout loss. So that kind of sums up the Myles Garrett experience, unfortunately, that they have squandered all these years of his dominance. And can you imagine him on a big-time team that's in the playoffs every year? Can you imagine how we'd be talking about him once people could see what he could do, once snow is on the ground, rain is on the ground, ice is on the ground, in January? And instead, it's going to be this, and he gets interviewed more than anybody on the team, basically. He's the guy. Like, he's the guy everybody looks at. If you look around the league, he's getting in years past, I thought people were sleeping on Myles. Not anymore. Everybody's like, he's dominant. He's a game wrecker. But it shows you in the NFL, one guy can't do it. But I don't understand people looking at him getting frustrated and say, well, he's not allowed to do that. Like, that just doesn't register with me.
No, I need somebody to do it. I need somebody to at least show that they care. And I right now, I'm seeing a lot of guys show that they actually care. You just can't do it. Your offense just cannot do it. And I'm ready to go see somebody else and see if they can't do it. And by the time that he's done either showing either he can, well, if he can, then we're all going to be farting through silk. And if not, then we'll just be in a better position to take a guy who hopefully we can see whether or not if he can do it. I mean, that's where we're at right now. You're 2-6. The season, as far as having a chance to really compete, that went out the window. That's done. And the New England Patriots did you a favor. Any of this crap about Dylan Gabriel being the franchise, anybody who even tried that, I told you, they were just mad at Shedeur or mad about the Sanders conversation, so they tried to do it with Dylan Gabriel and said that we were being disrespectful to Dylan Gabriel. No, I told you exactly what Dylan Gabriel was, and so did Tone. The only thing I would correct Kevin and George on is that we didn't say it. I think it was Orlovsky or Ross Tucker who said it, about him not being here and him signing or him winning the Super Bowl somewhere else. I said Browns fans were more than ready to try that a few weeks ago. And it seems that this morning they're ready to try that again. Let me try to do one more in here real quick. Courtney in Wichita, Kansas. You're next up on the Fan.
Hey, man, I love your guys' show. I'm a diehard Shedeur fan, but you guys kill it, man. I will say this real quick. There's a couple things I would say. First of all, there's a reason this hasn't happened since 2012, where a team has drafted two quarterbacks, RG3 and Kirk Cousins, because you create the narrative yourself. If Dylan was your guy, why draft Shedeur? Then you have no noise. So you created it. More importantly, I'm a diehard Bronco fan, but I remember this. The fans wanted a guy named Tim Tebow. Nobody else did. What was the energy like? He came in and ran off 7 in a row. Shedeur's way better than Tebow is throwing it, and he's got energy for that crowd, and those fans want to see him. You better go get that guy in the game and see what happens. I appreciate you guys. I love your show.
Courtney, thank you very much for the call.
That's good to hear that, because I did wonder a couple of weeks ago if some Shedeur fans were starting to think, he's going to look really bad with this team. With these receivers, that offensive line, who, again, I thought played well yesterday.
I'm sorry.
But no running game.
Well, that is the situation. Well, you wanted it. You're going to get it now. You're going to get the full Browns experience coming up. I hope that it's going to be set up better for you. I have my doubts. Kenny, but this is going to be on Kevin to get it figured out.
Kenny,
when they do play him.
Well, no one has any faith in that right now.
They should play him in a couple of weeks.
But that's the hard part about it is for Shedeur, as a 5th-round pick, and with all the discussion that accompanies him, if he has a terrible stretch with this team in which, Flacco's looked terrible, and now obviously Dylan Gabriel's looked terrible, then that's it for his career. Like, he's not going to get another opportunity. Yeah, in fact, I actually think that might have been around in college.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a great line.
My God. Diana Rossini, she had a tweet back on the 25th, would have been Saturday. She wrote, it was a link to her article that she had from The Athletic. Said, quote, from my talk with Browns owner Jimmy Haslam, it's clear that he believes in Kevin Stefanski's ability to lead his locker room. Quote, Kevin's done a really good job with us, and we've had some tough breaks, Haslam said, referencing the Deshaun Watson trade. Do I take that as just what it is at surface level, or is that taken as a vote of confidence? The dreaded vote of confidence.
Well, notice he's not
just
talking.
asking.
He's not talking about his coaching. He's talking about leadership stuff. And hey, the guys haven't given up. Okay, I don't really care. Like, at this stage, like, okay, hey, Miami's guys, we thought had given up. Then the next week they played really hard. Jets, we thought they had given up, and then they played really hard. So I think that's something that we like to talk about. Like, oh, lost the locker room. That is when you fire guys early in the year. Like, if you fire, that is one reason to fire a coach in the season. But after the season, I don't care about that. I'm not going to be like, well, they played really hard all year, but just played really crappy. Like, who cares?
If they were 6-2, but they gave up in those two, I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Absolutely.
You got to be honest. Well, I think it goes back to a term that he's used before, directionally correct. Do you believe they're directionally correct? Because if you were saying, you go back to it
what
where...
What does that mean?
Well, because you said that they played really crappy. Well, that's also on the guy picking the players. I don't care what.
Sure.
The latest draft class was nice, but he's got to wear some of this as well.
It's all
their boss
broke.
has to wear some of this as well. When you go out to San Diego, I mean, all that's bad. And so by the end of the year, yeah, you have guys that are really good guys and who are really good quote unquote leaders. But something's missing, because if it was all fine, then they wouldn't be 2-6, and they wouldn't be blown out in 4 games this year. Guys have been blown out in 4 games. They've played 8. There's 9 to go. They've been blown out in half of the games. That's not competitive football. That's terrible.
In a league that's just not the way things go. These games are. I know there were blowouts yesterday, but this league. It's a league where all these games come right down to the wire, even when you play poorly.
Exactly. And I would love to sit here and to blame it on guys not caring. And maybe by the end of the year I will, but this is the type of thing that leads guys to not caring anymore. When the offense is just that inept. And so that's why it's like, hey, man, time for a change. Time for a change. Shador's ready. The only thing that I think could save him from that commentary is his back. I don't know how bad his back is. I slept funny last night. Mine's not very good right now. I don't know how bad his back is right now.
By the way, isn't this very weird?
What?
Like, I get from a Browns perspective, like, okay, they're going to be quiet on any kind of an injury, but this isn't just anybody. This is Shador Sanders. How did we find out the news like that?
Did it happen pregame or something?
This is the thing.
Isn't that what had happened?
How do we not know anything about it? This guy has a film crew. They're every day is a documentary.
Well, they probably haven't done that yet.
But with all the people that, with his level of fame and everybody around him, and he's always doing something like we don't know about his back. Like this came out of nowhere. That's very odd to me.
Well, yeah, it is odd, but it is the Browns.
How do we still not know today? Like right now, how do we not already know?
Maybe we'll find out more at 1:00. Are you thinking
Has he not told anybody? Did he not tell anybody that this was happening?
Wait a minute.
Well, he was listed as questionable before the game.
Okay, so then he wasn't active because of the back. So he's listed as questionable before.
Yes, that's what I've got an AP article right here. That
all right,
has him as questionable.
Well, we should find out by 1:00 today. Are you you can't claim anything? I don't know. I don't think there's anything nefarious here.
I'm just saying it's bizarre that the guy that sold all the most jerseys and has all these fans all around the country, and we don't know anything about his back. Like this stuff is so in the NFL. We know everything about these guys all the time.
Well, the rumor mill was out there before that. There was a reason that there was. And that's the crazy rumor, right?
Oh, I didn't even see that.
I saw several tweets about. Well, they're not playing him because the trade deadline.
Can you? Oh, what?
That's what I saw on the internet. Where craziness ensues. But after that was, of course, before the game.
I didn't go through all this to trade him. I ain't trading him.
Don't look at me like I'm saying it.
No
I'm
one's
just
going to trade him.
what I'm seeing.
No one's going to trade him for anything realistically good. I didn't go through all this to just trade him. I'm not finishing this year with Dylan Gabriel. Without having seen him, and Dylan Gabriel, Bailey Zappi, and Deshaun Watson. I'm not doing it like that, no. No one's signing, unless you just can't give the tickets away, no one's signing up for that. You might as well go down to Don Scott and play at the Field. You can't even get on Tom Benson. If that's the case, there won't be enough people to fill it up, to rent it out. I'm not, yeah, I am. At this moment, I'm talking about something that's at least entertaining, that at least gives you a chance. Because I look at the defense, there's no way. You look at these guys in the eye and you're telling me that Dylan Gabriel is going to be their quarterback going up against the Jets. You think the defense is going to be excited about something like that? I don't know, and they see everything that I don't, so maybe they might feel the exact same way about Shedeur Sanders, but I find it hard to believe they would. I find it hard to believe they would. I know there's only so many buttons you can push to keep guys around, and it does seem early. It's only going to be November 9th when they play the Jets, but I have seen enough of this. And if you got figured out, you find a way and find somebody who can then, because I'm done. I can't. This is, no. Play him. If his back's good enough to play him. Get the icy hot, whatever we got to do. Get him ready for the Jets on next Sunday. Get him ready. 216-474-0092. I mean, you could. People are going, Ken, you guys are focusing on the wrong thing. Blame Stefanski. Guys, we can blame them all. I can't blame the defense, really. I can't blame Jim Schwartz, really. You want to blame Tommy Rees? Blame Tommy Rees. You want to blame Andrew? Blame Andrew. You want to blame Paul? Blame Paul. You want to blame Dylan? Blame Dylan. That's fine.
Well, by the way, going into the bye, when you've had this kind of futility offensively, and it is now the identity of this team, like in those situations, if you're not firing the coach, normally the OC gets fired or there is a change of play calling. Like one of those things have to happen, right?
Do I have a fight